AITA for throwing my wife a birthday party and royally pissing my mom off? My wife and I are currently staying with my parents because we just couldn't afford the cost of living in this area. We are both currently looking for better jobs and/or something cheaper. But it is what it is right now. My mom and wife share a birthday and there aren't words for how much my mom hates this. There was lots of whining in the beginning. Jokes about can't I just get a new girlfriend? And as of right now she does her best to avoid my wife the entire week of the shared birthday. Outside of that she is a decent mill. Mostly pleasant to her, but their relationship is surface level. And they could both do without the other. My mom is currently at home recovering from surgery from a torn ACL, so she isn't doing much this year. Though my dad got her cakes, food, and easily thousands of dollars worth of presents. My wife has been feeling pretty down due to our living situation and some external factors, and I wanted to cheer her up. I asked my dad if we could have some people over. He said yes. But to be fair, I didn't specify it was for a birthday party. I'm not sure he even remembered it was my wife's birthday, as he is totally disinterested in her. And he was in the middle of doing stuff for my mom, who was acting very princessy about her surgery. I invited our closest friends and set up a nice little party for my wife. At some point my mom did come down and realize what was going on. I saw her look to the decorations and cake and she looked pissed. My dad quickly ushered her away and promised they would go out when she was better. But she said it wouldn't count. My dad came back out and muttered to me that I'm an asshole for doing this and called me insensitive and a mooch. He came out an hour later and shut the party down as he claimed we were being too loud. I don't think we were. But it was getting late, so I didn't mind too much. My wife loved it and had a great birthday. I fully intended on cleaning up myself but was too tired to do it that night. My mom came down in the morning and saw the things still up and got pissy again. I was in the process of cleaning them and told her not to worry, I would take care of it. She just glared at me and stormed off. My dad came back down and berated me for throwing it in my mom's face that my wife got a birthday party and she didn't, and told me he can't stand me and can't wait for us to leave. I told him they are both being crazy and my mom doesn't own the date. He shot back that I tricked him as he didn't realize it was a birthday party. To which I laughed and said maybe he should know his own dill a bit better. He complained to some family and now my aunt and her husband are calling me an asshole as well. ETA, to be clear about the mess. My mom only cared because she saw birthday stuff. She has never in her life cared about a mess. She once threw a handful of glitter in her own living room. I only brought it up to let her know I wasn't planning on leaving it for the housekeeper, as I thought that would be disrespectful. Gentle Esh. Cuz I think you're very much NTA for throwing your wife a little party. But I get why people are saying YTA for doing so when you knew it would piss your mom off while you're living under her roof. Personally, I get the feeling that your folks are super toxic looking at your mom's weird, possessive behavior over the birthday date and your dad's ambivalence towards your wife. But what's happening is that you sound very used to the toxicity. Kind of used to just tolerating it, thinking less of the parents for it, navigating around it, occasionally revenging yourself upon them for it, etc. This happens when you grow up with toxic family. But the problem is that these little revenges do kind of make an awe of you. At least to outsiders. Hence the YTA judgments here. Have a think about if this could be the case. And have a chat to the wife. Think about whether the financial benefits of staying with your folks are really worth turning you into the kind of people who willfully do things that you know will upset the very people who are putting a roof over your head. I have no opinion at all on the party. But your parents are clearly not happy having you live with them. Calling you a mooch. Can't wait for you to leave. Etc. So why are you still there when you are so unwelcome? Don't you have any alternatives? I'm sorry, I disagree with a lot of these people. NTA, your wife can celebrate her birthday. Your mom doesn't own the date just because she was born first. NTA. Are y'all serious? Op didn't do anything wrong. His mother is bitter and mean. YTA. You intentionally asked your dad for permission and chose to be vague. Because you knew your mom would be displeased. Your mom, who's recovering from major surgery too, whose birthday it also was literally every restaurant in your city, town, or within driving distance in nearby cities, towns, closed. It's their house, so you need to grow up and show some respect. Ash. Mom is weird, she doesn't own the date. However, you did something you knew would upset them in their own house. Even if it's irrational, it is their house and you are being a mooch. So leaning more to YTA, but a grown-ass woman being this mad about a shared birthday is weird too. Ash. You guys live with them and you didn't invite them to the party? That's just rude. NTA, your mom needs to grow up. I've literally seen children behave better when not having things go their way on their birthdays. Frankly, adults who behave the way your mother is over their birthday are raging narcissists emo. NTA. Sounds like your mom really needs to grow up. NTA. Why are people so fixated on getting attention? Geez. Your mom is acting like a teenager or bride that needs all the attention. Kind of pathetic how needy she is. At the same time, I think you could have guessed how it will all go. Info. You say that your dad gives your mom presents. Do you also give her a card and/or present each year? If not, that is why she's upset. Not because your wife has the same birthday. And you are definitely the in that case. Face with rolling eyes, she sees you giving your wife gifts and understandably is hurt that her own child is ignoring her birthday. I think my judgment depends on the answer to this. I send both my parents a card every year and sometimes a hand-knit present since I knit. I don't have kids, but the little things mean a lot to parents. NTA. So many are missing what the issue is here. It was never about them celebrating her birthday. It was about Mill being jealous that someone else gets attention on her birthday. She got her gifts. She got her attention. But she can't seem to stand it when someone else gets it as well. There is no way Phil didn't know it was the wife's birthday too. So him pretending to not know it was going to be a birthday party is BS. You were vague, it's their house and you kind of an a-hole. This is a sensitive subject for your mom and you are living in their house. The blunt person that I am says you were disrespectful, but it might have been mildly disrespectful. But on the other side of it, why does your mom get so jealous? I do find that a bit strange, to be honest, but when you are living in someone's house there are some things you have to be careful of. NTA. You shouldn't have to completely ignore your wife's birthday to appease your mother, whose birthday had already been acknowledged and celebrated. NTA. You sound like you need to move out though. Dude, your mom and dad are toxic. Get the hell out of that house. Can't afford the city, then move to one you can. He said he can't stand you and you are still under his roof. Both YTA and NTA. You were deceptive with your dad about a party. It is their home as they pay the bills, not yours. You should have been a little bit more considerate of them and had to know they'd realize the truth. And your mom just had surgery. You could have planned the party at a friend's house or elsewhere at the very least for that YTA. That said, you were trying to do something nice for your wife. Your mother does not own the date, and just because they share a B-day does not mean both can't be celebrated. Your mother is making a mountain out of a molehill for silly reasons. Your grown adult mother needs to not be so prissy and entitled. To be fair, when two people share a B-day, they share personality traits that end up with they either famously get along like twins or they hate each other completely with no redemption possible. However, your mother seems childish and jealous, and you have no obligation to support the behavior, especially since it's pointed towards the woman you choose to be with and potentially have kids. Your mother decided to hate your wife and not even give her a chance to be part of the family, and your dad supports her and encourages the behavior. For that you're NTA, but your mom is NTA. Man, sorry to say this, but with all due respect, your mother is very entitled and immature. She should feel happy she shares a special day with a family member, instead of being a brat. Your dad is another one who needs to learn sympathy and know that it's very common for people to celebrate their own way. Edit. Let me add that yes, you did wrong in hosting the event at your parents' house who are helping you out, so try hard to get back on your feet to avoid these type of conflicts. YTA. Because while your mother is being kind of a drama queen about this, you made completely avoidable poor choices that aggravated the situation and made life difficult for your poor dad, completely unnecessarily at that. First, you did not have to have your wife's birthday party at your parents' house at all. You could have taken her out for a nice dinner somewhere or gotten a good friend of hers, yours, both of you to host a party. What I'm saying is there were options for keeping wife's birthday celebration both out of sight and out of mind for your parents. But no, you had to have it in their house. Second, I don't care how tired you were. You should have gotten on cleanup duty right away. You are their adult child who they are allowing to stay in their home. Whatever it is you were doing there, you clean it up, promptly and thoroughly. That's the rule. Do something nice for your mom for your birthday, for God's sake. Take her out, without your wife, and give her a present. And make better choices in the future. YTA. You live with your parents. Rent-free? Or paying rent and expenses? I'm guessing rent-free, since your own father called you a mooch. You had a party that you knew your parents wouldn't like, so you misled them about what kind of party it was. Then you couldn't even be bothered to clean up before you went to bed, so your parents woke up to party debris. You called your mother Princess C because you don't like the way her husband is taking care of her after her surgery. I can see why they can't wait for you to move out. By the way, it sounds like you and your wife did nothing to celebrate your mom in her birthday. After all, what are she and your dad doing for you except giving you a place to live when you can't afford one on your own?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.